It was me, my brother, and my cousins, and there was a little family function going on,
This
and
nigga that had alcohol,
yeah, we
huh?
decided to sneak a beer. Welcome back to another episode of the You Know the Vibras podcast. Do you know the Vibras?
Cause
Cause
we
we
know
know
the
the Vibras.
vibras.
I'm your host Juana Don, and I'm with my boy.
Michael Carrasco, aka Mr. Golden.
And on today's episode, as you see in the title, we're gonna talk about is culture shock real? Just a little bit to get you guys a little up to date with what's going on in the world as well with different cultures like colliding and stuff like that. So we just want to give you guys a little bit of a rundown on culture and if the culture shock in general is real. But we're going to start with Michael's quote of the day, which is
Yep. So today's quote is coming by Ralph Waldo Emerson, who was a lecturer, philosopher, and poet back in the 19th century. So the quote says, it relates to what we're talking today, is the triumph of culture is to overpower nationality. So in other words, is pretty much the culture is meant not for you to identify, with a certain nation, but more like within the subculture in that nation.
right. But that would bring a quick little debate, and that would be: do you identify with your culture, or do you identify with your nationality? Because I mean, I'd say nationality, but culture is what defines you because that's what you
Right,
live by.
right. I would say a little bit both, because some people, depending who they're talking to, they will bring up their nationality, and other times they bring up their culture.
So that's a
You know what I'm
that's
saying?
a tough topic, man, because they kind of relate in a
Yeah,
sense.
they do. They
But
do.
I mean, because obviously you need to have a nationality to have culture,
Facts. Yes.
because that's what the culture is labeled to, is that nationality.
Right.
So that's something that would to have you guys think about here in the beginning.
Yeah.
But I
Yeah.
feel like I identify with my culture, but with a
More
hint of the nationality. Because I mean, the music is culture. You know,
the way you
the way you
dress,
dress.
type of food you eat.
How you carry yourself, type of food you eat, and that's gonna start off with what is culture to you.
Yeah. To me, culture is just it's like deeper than nationality. You know, because you can have people in the same from the same place, the same country, but based on where they live, the culture is different. So to me, culture is the deep roots of my how I am, pretty much.
I like that. Now I feel the same way. I feel like culture is something that is implemented into you as you're a kid growing up, and it's
Right.
something that
Yeah.
like there's nothing like out of the ordinary with your family when you're growing up, because you know that you gotta eat at this time of the day. You gotta listen to this type of music. You gotta abide by these rules, and that's where culture
Yeah.
is brought up.
Where
So
it's applied. Yeah.
I feel like culture is definitely, like I said, music. Culture is art. Culture is the way you dress. Culture is
The way you carry yourself,
yeah.
the way you behave and stuff like that. So it's a lot of components that make up your culture.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
A lot of components, and those are sometimes people don't really notice that they have culture like within them. Sometimes
Yeah,
people
it's like
think that
subcultures.
yeah,
Yeah,
sometimes people think they don't even have cultures, and it's crazy because I mean everyone has cultures in their own ways, and you wouldn't even expect it. I mean, little
exactly. Yeah.
things, very very minimal things. For instance, like it could be a tradition that your family has carries every year.
Mhm.
Like say you go to your aunt's house every year in Ohio or something. I don't know. That's something that's implemented into your culture, and you guys do certain activities up there.
Exactly.
So yeah.
Exactly.
But
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you, how would you say like when did you first notice the culture, like the change in cultures when you came from Puerto Rico to the United States? Like what are some differences you'd say there are? Like some I don't know, like in school systems or just in general,
Oh man.
like friends or
The difference are a lot. A lot. For example, with the school system over there, It's just the way, like over there for like winter break, quote unquote winter break, like Christmas, we have like a whole month. Over here, kids have 2 weeks. And another thing, a big difference in the public school system in Puerto Rico is that everybody wears uniform.
Yep.
United States, you wear whatever you want.
Some schools do still have uniforms.
Now elementary school has the
Yeah.
the uniforms, which helps them kind of like identify what grade each kid is
Yep.
in. Yeah. Another thing, as far as like lifestyle, use everything is different. Well, not completely different, but like a lot of things. Drinking age. Over
Oh
there,
wow, that's huge.
you can start drinking at 18.
That's huge.
Over here, you gotta be 21 to legally
That's
be able
very
to
huge.
drink. Another thing is it's just dinner time.
Yeah.
Dinner time. Oh, I feel over here. If you were born here, from an American like background, you're usually eating dinner 6, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock latest. For us, that's too early for dinner. We don't eat dinner until like after 8. So like 8, 9 o'clock usually. 9 o'clock is usually like real dinner time for us. So that it's a lot of difference. Certain things I didn't really started noticing until I started hanging out from people that are from here. That's when
Right.
I started noticing, like, okay, we season the chicken this way, this is it this way, and it's just the little things that you were like, okay, huh, that's different.
Nah.
Or like they do something, you're like, if I do that back home, that's not acceptable.
Yeah.
Type of stuff.
Nah, I kind of want to touch on a couple things you noted there, and the one that really like is outstanding right now to me in my mind is the drinking age. And
Yeah.
I'd hate to call out my country and anything, but I remember a couple years back when I went to visit. I was with my family and we were just like chilling at
Just
like
like a
this.
little
It's
get
called a
together.
malecon, where it's
Yeah.
like a little
The
like
pier.
like the pier downtown area
Yes.
type of thing, and you just sit there and drink and listen to music. And I noticed something immediately, and it was like other families were sending these kids that like they call limpiabotas, kids
Yeah.
that like clean shoes, like to find their money. That's
Help
another
the
thing we'll touch
families.
on later on. But yeah, those kids, these families are sending them to go buy like beers and liquor for them,
Yeah. Yeah.
and it's like wow, like the people at the bar or whatever don't
Oh,
ID the kid. I mean,
yeah. That's a big thing in Dominican Republic. I feel like there are laws, but there's laws that don't get followed, and it's just part of the culture
or I
there.
guess it could be culture, but also that there's not much discipline into it.
That too. Like over here, let's say if you send a kid to buy alcohol for
No,
you, if he's
yeah.
underage, he's not gonna get served. He's gonna
Bro,
get
you can't even
immediately
send
cooked
someone
out.
that's like 17. It would
Exactly.
be impossible.
Or even somebody that's like 20.
Yeah.
That's
But not that it only goes on in DR or any, you know what I'm
it
saying?
goes out in different
different
in all type of
countries.
different
But that's when
countries.
I woke up. I'm like, wow, like that's insane. Like, and the kid came back with like bottles walking in the street like nothing, and nobody
yeah.
stopped him or
Yeah.
anything. And it's like, wow. Even at the end of the night, there was a lot of bottles like halfway filled up, and the kid would like drink it. I'm like,
Yeah, I mean
wow.
that's a culture in Dominican Republic. Growing up Dominican, when I was around the uncles, around family,
Yep.
they were like, "Oh, hey, here, have a sip of this. You with family, you good."
quick little story time. I don't want to get my family in trouble, but I mean they weren't to blame. But
Yeah.
I remember I was in my cousin's house, and it was me, my brother, and my cousins, and there was a little family function going on, and
This nigga that hot alcohol.
yeah, we decided to sneak a beer. Like we got the beer and ran upstairs into the bathroom, locked the bathroom, and everybody had a sip of it.
Man, yeah,
We snuck it, and I was like, how do these people love this stuff? And it's like now I'm like on it. I'm like, all right, yeah, I see.
it's different. It's different when you grow up. Honestly,
Yeah, it
like the
had this,
first
like-
time I had like a sip of beer, but then again, it was Heineken. I hate
Yeah,
Heineken.
yeah.
I was like, what the hell? This shit tastes like piss water.
I think it was Heineken, and my uncle, he used to always mix Heineken with Red Bull.
Bro,
I don't
you
know.
know what I noticed? Old Dominican guys love fucking Heineken. I can't get with it.
Nah, but that's something you should notice too. Is that like Dominicans like to mix the beer with stuff.
Oh
Like
yeah,
my
yeah.
when I was in the yard, they used to mix Red Bull and beer, and they used to
Mhm.
mix like aloe vera and beer. Like
Yeah, the mix. So we like mixing stuff.
that's
Only
crazy,
thing we
bro.
don't mix is the liquor, which is
Yeah,
weird.
that's facts. They drink that shit straight. That's facts. But yeah, like it's just like it's funny to me how, in different cultures you'd see that some things are okay. Some cultures are okay with certain things. I wouldn't necessarily say okay, but it's just
More
like
acceptable.
more acceptable, which is sad and unfortunate. But
I mean, it just part of like it goes back generations. That's the thing.
yeah,
Certain things we do right now go back generations before us, and that's just something that we learn. And I
hmm
feel that that's why, like in Dominican Republic, it always been okay. All right, hey, this how they call like kid like fulanito, like go
yeah,
get something, go get this from the store
with no bad intentions.
with no bad intentions. It's just like we're accustomed to that.
But that's something, yeah, and you want to know? There's something that we should point out is that they do it with like so they also give the kids money. I mean, don't look at the bad and negatives of it. Like
Yeah,
I want you guys to notice that these kids like
they get compensated for it.
they get compensated, but they're orphans the majority of the time,
Hmm.
and they're trying to find a way to make money. So if they think that they could make quick money from getting someone a chair or doing this and
Exactly.
that,
Yeah.
they would do it. And that's something that I really want to touch on, which is seeing the amount of hard work that the Dominican culture I feel like has like
Oh yeah.
you kind of at a young age growing up you kind of have already like this mindset that you got to start working
At a young
at a
age.
young age
At a
to
young age.
and
A
know
lot of
that not anything's handed to you. So that's something I would call out my country on and appreciate them on, which is the hard work that's implemented into your mindset growing up.
yeah, yeah, and it's just the way of life over there. Unfortunately, Dominican Republic doesn't have the same opportunities that especially low when you come from a low income family over
Yeah,
there. You don't have the same opportunities that you have here.
right.
Over here you have the opportunity to go to school for free.
Yep.
Some of the schools over there, like good schools, you have to pay for.
Yep.
Let's say if you want to go to college, I'm pretty sure you got to pay for it
Yeah,
as well.
you got to pay
Exactly.
for it, and also like there's no dorms. That's another
Exactly.
culture shock that there is. Like there's no dorms, and the colleges up there. Like people, they're while they're having a full time job, they still managing to go and work and go to
Yeah.
college
Yeah.
and balance it out without staying on dorms. So it's kind of like
Exactly.
it's
Exactly.
something that they kind of get implemented a mindset where they got to go get it from a young age, and
Exactly.
that transitions over to when you start getting older.
And that is very true right there. From a young age, I was always thought growing up in a Dominican household is you gotta work hard for everything you want.
Yep.
You know, as long as you work hard for it, do things the right way, you can go far. That's what we get planted into our brains from a young age. Like work hard, work hard, work hard.
Yeah, nah, and that's the thing. Like my mom, she really like I'd ask her for things, but she wouldn't give it to me easily. Like we'd have to work for it, or do
Clean the
good things.
dishes.
Yeah, good
Okay.
grades. Obviously,
Yeah.
help her out with things like, and that's something I feel like every culture, even United States people here do, but it's something that I feel like at a young age in Dominican Republic or growing up here, that you got to help your parents out and value them because they do work hard and it wasn't easy the process to even get here, so you got to compensate
That
them
is
in
right.
certain ways that you
Yeah.
can. So
Yeah, no, that is big facts.
so
That
I
is
wanted to ask you also, is there any culture shock experiences that you have had while being here in the United States?
uh I mean a lot of things, eating grits.
Oh, grits, I never had those.
Oh man, listen, that's something that I have never been introduced to. It wasn't I don't like it. I hate it. But joking aside. Yeah, yeah.
You said grits, man. There's something worse than that. You need to tell these people what you have ate, buddy.
Hey man, that's part honestly, but that didn't taste as bad though. So I have a Filipino girlfriend.
Thank you.
One of the dishes, well, one of their special, what do you call it? Delicacy.
Delicacy.
Delicacy. There you go. One of their delicacies is what they call balut, which is a an egg that is somewhat developed, a duck egg that is somewhat developed.
And you ate that.
Yeah, why not?
That's
See, this is another thing that I notice. A lot of people, when they are dating somebody from a different culture, they won't try to understand that culture.
nah. I don't understand it. But I'm
Yeah,
not eating no live fucking chicken. Dead
it's not
chicken.
live,
Well, it's
bro.
the full body,
It's not the full body. It's just
bro.
slightly developed. It
You over
depends
here,
how old it is.
bro.
It
You
really
eating the
depends.
fetus of a baby chicken
Well, it's a duck.
or a duck. Same
But
thing.
when you eat an egg, you're eating the fetus.
Yeah, but you're eating bones and the head and the.
Well, yeah, that was the part that threw me off. But I mean, no, I tried out.
But hold on, when
Honestly,
you see it, is it like, do you see it or like you
No.
see the egg like it's like a boiled egg?
No,
and
no,
you burn
it's like a boiled egg. Yeah, all you see is like the yolk, because it's usually like mixed in there.
You're disgusting, bro.
Honestly, for me that tasted better than any grits, bro.
What? No,
Yeah,
I never
I'm
had grits,
serious.
but I eat grits. Honestly, I'd eat even like scrapple.
I think it's the
and stuff
concept
like
that you like. Oh, it's
There, bro.
it's
There's
a
no,
whole
it's nothing.
shit.
There's no concept or anything. You just, why would you eat a baby duck, bro?
Bro, it's part of their culture.
I understand it's part of the culture. Hey, shout out to all the Filipinos, but I'm just saying the thought of it is just blowing my mind. I don't know.
Yeah, but if you chase it with a beer, it doesn't taste half bad.
But yeah, all right. So that's a culture. Well, you said that the grits was your culture shock. I mean,
Yeah, I forgot what it's made of, but I
thought grits is like oatmeal or something, right? No.
No, not grit. It was a grits.
Yeah,
Not
grits
grits.
is
No,
like
no, no.
oatmeal, bro. I was about to
No,
say,
no, what's the
how you
thing
gonna
that-
compare grits
no,
to that?
No, I still don't like grits, but that's another thing. It's big in the Eastern Shore.
Yeah, scrapple.
There you go, Scrapple.
Yeah, scrapple's a Maryland thing. It's like the intestines and everything.
Yeah,
It's black and like a square, right? Yeah, yeah,
Mhm.
that. Yeah, I eat that. I used to eat that when I was in Little League because they used to have it for like breakfast and stuff. I didn't know what it was until recently when I researched it. So scrapple is a Maryland tradition thing, like breakfast meat, mystery meat. And,
yeah. First time I tried it, I was like,
It tastes good though
I don't like it.
until you know what it is.
No, I used never like. I tried it once. Maybe the person that I tried it, who cooked it, didn't cook it right. I don't know, but I just never did. I tried it the first time. I said, never again.
But you are fine with eating a duck, a baby duck.
Hey, listen,
The
that
body
tasted
of a
way
duck.
better than.
Bro, how would that even taste? You eating like
All you taste is the fucking egg. All you taste is like a boiled egg, literally.
I'm sorry we're on this topic.
It is a
too,
little
guys,
salty.
but I don't know how this man did it. I don't know.
You know what? Shout out to all my Filipinos.
No, shout out,
watching.
shout out to the Filipinos. But the thing is, all right, this is something about culture that we should talk about, which is growing up, you learn to eat certain things, and that's like normal to you. So
Yeah.
once you're ready at a certain age, it's like nothing. You know what I'm saying? So you could eat
Yeah,
whatever.
exactly.
So, but once you grow up, it's like all right, whatever. But like if you're in another country and like you see people eating these things, you're like, how are they eating that? But it's like they learned how to eat that, and that was normal to them growing up.
Exactly. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And another thing that I want to point out, as far as like because we are so accustomed, it's like us. We're so accustomed to every single meal, rice, fucking beans, and some type of meat.
Yeah.
Usually beef, sometimes pork,
And breakfast as well as mango.
mango.
So mashed plantains with
Damn, I haven't had some mango in a
salami,
while.
salami and fried cheese, maybe some eggs in there, and some onions as well.
Exactly. Yeah. So
Which is good. I don't.
Oh, no,
People like
yo.
it. People like it though.
Mango
other
is,
cultures. I'm saying
fire,
other
yeah.
cultures like it.
yeah, I mean it's plantain.
I mean, what's wrong with eating a plantain? There's nothing wrong with that.
Not
I'm
right.
just saying you can't complain. You can't compare a plantain to. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean that's facts. But the point that I wanted to make is, just because we're so accustomed to like eating that certain type of food, we're kind of like receptive to like
Yeah.
trying other foods.
Yep.
And that's the thing that I really noticed. I noticed it like with pretty much almost everybody that I hang out around, like your brother. Because I'm a foodie, I like trying different foods. I love eating in general.
Yeah. Look
There-
at your weight.
Listen, this is COVID-19, bro. This is quarantine.
All right,
Wait.
hold on. All right, go ahead. All right, whatever. Nah, that's your weight. But go ahead, continue.
Yeah, that's my baby.
Go ahead,
fat
foodie.
still.
Go ahead, foodie.
So what I was gonna say is like, I love sushi, and your brother when I first got him to try sushi, he was like, bro, I'm not eating that. Like that's like raw fish. I'm like, bro, it's not all raw. So the first time he tried it, he hated it completely, and then he started like
Work your way in.
work your way in, because there's different type of sushi. There's like the beginner sushi, then you have like the eels and all that. Yeah.
No, I started with my graduation. Like y'all introduced me to sushi, and I ate it again. And it was good. I don't eat the raw stuff. No, nothing raw.
You gotta
around.
start. You gotta wake.
No,
work
I did
your
the
way
fried
in
one.
slowly.
Like, the
The
fried shrimp,
tempura.
the crab meat.
Yeah.
I think it was called like a bomb roll, fire. But like
Fire
I would
roll.
never I eat medium well steak, and that's for Forest League because I used to eat well done. And then when I started working at this restaurant, it was not a restaurant, it was Golden Corral. They gave me medium well steaks, and I was like, all right, it tastes good.
Medium well is
But I'm not trying to go lower than that.
I cannot go rare.
If I see pink, what do you guys? This is a question I really want to know. Do you guys like your steak rare? Medium
How you like
rare,
your
medium?
steaks?
How do you like your steak? I like mine medium well.
I cannot do rare.
That's the thing. Oh wow.
I can do medium rare,
yeah,
but I can't
look,
do rare.
This is where culture comes into place.
Exactly.
Spanish or Hispanics, every Latino, everything has to be cooked
All the way.
all the
All the way
through.
through. No pink.
No pink at all. So that's where we're kind of implemented in our minds, like no, nothing pink, no rare, nothing. You know what I'm saying? That's where we could talk about the culture and how even in food you could see it.
Yeah. You
Like we
can
were
see
just
it,
talking
yeah.
about.
Yeah.
So yeah, and like also like oysters, none of that. Get that all away from me. So I don't like
Shrimp.
none of that.
Yes.
Oh yeah, shrimp,
Big shrimp.
definitely.
Yep.
Lobster, stuff like
Lobster
that.
stuff. You know what I noticed? Us Dominicans, when we eat seafood, we like that fancy.
I was just thinking that the
We like the
antagama.
shrimp. Yeah.
Yeah, the fire. Nah, that's true. When they eat stuff, they want to show out and have their table nice presented. They always got to take a picture of it for sure to show their people back home in DR.
Yes,
show 'em
sir.
that they eating good.
Yes, sir. We eating good. It's not the same, but we eating good.
Nah, facts.
Yeah.
But yeah, enough with that, man. That was an interesting topic. But now I want to talk about one culture shock experience that I did encounter, which
Go
was
ahead.
when I went to West Virginia. Initially before I went there, people were telling me already like things to expect, how you could expect, racism, the incest that was going on. Like people were talking about incest.
Is that actually a thing over there?
I never got to meet people that were like that. I mean, maybe. I mean, I would not be surprised if it was the thing. Actually, I would not be surprised. But also, they talked about how I don't know what the word is, but people eating people,
Cannibalism.
cannibalism. It was these things already in my mind before I went up there. Mind you, all right. So I'm driving up there, passing through Frederick, Hagerstown here in Maryland, Cumberland, which is where then West Virginia and Maryland connects, and I get hit with this first big mountain. I'm like,
Ooh, you come from the flat land, boy.
I'm like,
you don't
what
know nothing about
I'm
that.
like, what the hell is this, yo? I'm like, yo, this is. I feel like this is only something you can see in movies. I'm like seeing these
Right.
rocky ass mountains, like. I'm like, no way, this is real, bro. And I'm just like in
Man.
awe, and my ears start popping, boop, boop. And then like I had a Nissan Altima, and I was driving right, and like going
That's
up.
it.
No, listen. So I never drove on hills or anything.
Right.
So like going up it, I didn't know that you had to like beforehand like go fast before you get onto
Oh,
it.
yeah,
So
you
I
gotta
started
floor that.
accelerating once I got onto it, and I just hear my car doing. Woo. I'm like, yo, my shit's about to blow up. I'm like, this is not normal. So I'm going and I'm like, yo, what the hell? And I have this big ass 18 wheeler behind me, like flashing their lights. I mean, and it's nighttime. I'm like, bro, I'm about to die.
Them 18 wheelers be flying through the mountains.
So
bro.
that was the first culture shock. Was the mountains, right?
Right.
And then initially, when I already settled into West Virginia, the people, like, all right, I met a lot of great friends, like I mentioned in other pods that we made, but like the people that were away from the college. Bro, I'm disappointed how badly they are. Like, I would open a door for people, nothing.
No
They would
thank
walk
you, no
in, no
nothing.
thank you, no nothing. People would like run into you, nothing.
Damn.
It's like, whoa, like, you know what I mean? I don't know if it's because race or what, but
Right.
that's what got me. I'm like, wow, people here are really like rude.
They're-
Like,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying? It's
yeah.
like coming from somewhere that's like real family oriented. people, I mean, I'm not saying Maryland is like the most craziest, like best state in the world where everybody's friendly, but
Right,
there's
right.
people that are respectful.
Exactly.
So going there when there's no respect, I'm like, wow, I'm disappointed. So that's was my second culture shock there.
Now, you knowing all the things people were telling you about West Virginia prior to you going over there, did that like change your expectations? Did that raise your expectations? Lowered it?
So I'm the type of person that I don't really abide by, what people tell me and expectations. I
You go
like
by
to,
your own experience.
yeah, I go by the experiences. Cause I
Oh,
mean, obviously
gotcha.
people encounter different things, and you can't like I said in the last episode. Actually, you can't uh, compare everybody to one experience or to one person. Like not everybody's
Right,
the same.
right.
So yeah, so I went in there with a clear mind, and when I experienced it, and I started seeing it more often, I'm like, wow, I'm holding doors for people. Nobody holding the door for me. Nobody saying anything. I'm like,
Now,
wow,
did,
this
did you
is
stop holding doors for people
hell
after
yeah,
that?
immediately. I guess I'm just gonna adapt to the culture.
Right.
So yeah, and it's like wow, like, and I just felt bad. Like I remember me and my friends. Shout out to Jose and John, my boys, the only Dominicans. We were the only Dominicans in West Virginia. So
Sheesh.
when we finally met, came across a Mexican spot, a
Mm-hmm.
restaurant, and we heard the first hola or the first como está. Like we felt like at home. We were like, it was like a sigh of
Yo,
relief.
it's
I'm
like,
like,
damn, finally.
damn, they exist out here. Like, I'm like, damn, and I feel bad for them because like us encountering that for months and then them encountering it for years, like the Mexicans. I'm like, I can only imagine how it is for them.
Yeah, no,
But
exactly.
yeah, man, shout out to West Virginia. Like I said, it developed me into the man I am in certain aspects. But I definitely had some culture shock experiences up there.
Yeah, yeah, no, I see
You didn't
that.
have any states that you encountered anything in?
I mean, I've been to like New York, and that feels like home because it's so many Dominicans in there. Same thing with Atlantic City.
Oh
I
yeah.
like every time I go to those places, like where all the Dominicans are. Even
Oh.
like Boston, Massachusetts. Like every time I go there because I go to family, I go to like the places where all the Dominicans are at. So I really didn't, Well, I can tell you when I went to it was in Pelson, Pennsylvania. I forgot what like place it was.
Allentown,
I forgot. It's like
Philly.
near the mountains in PA. But I went out there and it's like, we where we from is like country, but not really country. It's
Yeah,
like more of a suburb.
yeah.
Over there it was like sort of the same way, and it's just the way people spoke. I think that's like,
Then that's a good point, bro.
yeah.
Speaking is a culture
Oh
shock
no,
as
yeah,
well.
it
Like
is.
hearing certain accents and how people pronounce things.
Mhm.
Definitely, wow, that's a huge point there, bro. Because that's where you notice you're different in a certain way is the accent.
Yeah.
And the way you pronounce things could also lead you down the wrong path sometimes,
Mhm.
or saying like I was telling you earlier, like if certain states the culture is different in aspects where some words mean different things.
Mean different things. Yeah.
um some things are more respected, like I don't know, like certain animals can be way more respected in certain
The other
states.
one.
Like say you do something bad to an animal there and that they value that animal, it could
Mhm.
lead to a bad thing. So
Right. Right.
that's where culture also comes into place, where these states have their own like
Subculture.
subcultures and standards and
Yeah,
things that they
it's
live
like I know friends that live in Tennessee or from Tennessee or have been to Tennessee, and one big thing over there is that like if you go to a restaurant, the server will call you sugar
by.
baby, like
Oh,
stuff like that. Stuff like out here, if you go to a restaurant with your girl and then you got somebody calling you sugar baby, it's
like a
like,
hidden on you. Do you know her?
do you know her? Where you know her from?
Yeah.
Yeah, type of stuff. So over there, it's like more normal,
Yeah, yeah.
You-
Nah, I feel that, and I wanted to touch on something that you said, because while you were saying it, it brought an idea to my mind, and it was like you saying where you went to these states, you kind of hung around the Dominicans, and it's like in culture, you like we said, the way you dress and things are important, right? So it's really crazy to me how you could tell apart a Dominican from like a Puerto Rican
Loafers.
or Mexican You feel me? Like
Yes, you
loafers
can.
or
You can.
just I don't know, the cologne or how they walk, how they talk,
I tell
like
you
the
what,
confidence.
Dominican love that Jean Paul
No,
cologne,
no, they
man.
love the 1 million, the
That
popular
one
brand.
too, yeah.
They love that and the Gucci Guilty, those
Yep.
things. But it's just
Yep.
like I said, like it's crazy how you could call out a race, well, at least in the Hispanic community, based off like just how they like dress or how they walk and stuff. Like
Exactly.
I tell
Yeah.
you could line up a whole group and they could all be the same complexion and everything, and I guarantee you I could call out the Dominican without them speaking.
Mm-hmm.
It's like that,
And
it's
even just the way like their facial expression,
structure.
the way structure, yeah, you are able to pick it up quickly.
Nah, for sure, man. Nah, that's something that I really like. That's why I love the culture that we grew up in, and it's something that that I'm real confident in when I tell people I'm Dominican. Like I said, with pride, because so many people respect the country itself, and so many people visit it and
Love
feel
it
at
out
home
there.
and love
Yeah.
it. Like the last thing I wanted to say is, when people go to DR, they are received with a warm welcome,
Oh yeah,
music,
that's
culture. The culture slaps you in the face as soon as you get there.
right. Yeah.
This clap just brought a thought to my mind. When you land in the Dominican Republic, everyone's clapping.
Yo, yeah, when
That's
you
a-
walked oh man, what's the airport name?
Las Americas.
Las Americas, you
Yeah.
walk through there, man, it's like a runway. Everybody like, hey.
Nah, the runway. No, yeah, that's the thing. But I'm saying when you land, like
When you land, yeah.
onto land, everyone's clapping like, oh, gracias, yo. Everybody's praying. That's another
Amen.
thing. The religion is huge, and everybody
Yeah.
is thanking God
Big Catholics
and
over
stuff
there,
like
yeah.
that. So, and then also, like you said, when it's like a runway vibe.
Yep.
Let us know, any Dominicans watching, have you ever experienced that runway vibe in Las Americas when you get to DR and everybody, you feel like you're in the red
Hollywood.
carpet.
You feel like
Hollywood, so many
boy.
people on both sides, everybody
All
clapping.
you need is the paparazzis out
facts,
there.
facts. But then when it's over, when you're ready to get to like when you walk through it and nobody's there waiting for you, you sick as hell.
Like,
That shit happened to me recently. I'm like, what the fuck? Everybody's showing love. Where's my ride?
Hold on. Like, shit, there's no Wi-Fi in it. What's that?
Nah, you don't
Hello,
got no
Cantina, where you
Wi-Fi.
at?
Nah, facts, but you don't have no Wi-Fi or nothing. And some people are afraid to even give you their phone to make a call because they don't want
Over
you to
there-
rob them. Or
Yeah, over there, that's a big thing, man. If you go over there, bring that flip phone.
Hold on. Nah, we're gonna leave it there because we got a lot of more stuff we
got
could
a
talk
lot,
about.
yeah.
If you guys want a part 2 to this culture talk, man, I'm telling you, we have a lot of things. I have a ton. We should do it eventually. Let us know if you want to hear the part 2. This was a great talk, man.
Yeah, give you guys a little more of our culture, how the experiences we had with other culture
Yes.
as well.
Definitely.
So,
Yeah. So thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of the De Vibras podcast. Make sure to subscribe on every digital platform. Like, comment, and subscribe.
Like, comment, and subscribe.
Like is very important, guys. As much as people don't, just shrug it off, man. Like, it helps us grow. It helps people get to our content.
Show us that you are actually enjoying this content.
Yeah,
that
and
we
share
putting out.
it with your friends.
Yeah.
Share it with your friends. Any suggestions that you want to hear us talk about as well, let us know. We got some interesting more things coming as well.
We got a lot of things.
Different
new,
content.
New segments coming
New
through.
segments, new setup.
New setup. Yeah.
So
Season
stay
2.
tuned.
So
Season 2. So you guys stay tuned. So yeah, like I said, subscribe on every digital platform, and always remember to subscribe.
and let's vibe.
Peace.